Hey, what's up, Stringlings? We are back with another installment of the Great Canadian Pedal Board for 2025, and today we're going to check out a couple of EQ pedals. I think you're going to like these ones. EQ pedals, they kind of get a little bit of a bad rep. They're sort of designed to change the tone of other things that are happening, and sometimes there's plenty of EQ going on the amp, on the other pedals. There's tone knobs, and there's high and low mixes, and there's all kinds of things going on all the other pedals. What do you need an EQ for? Well, there's a lot of different things you can use an EQ pedal for. I personally, when I have occasion to use one, I use it as a treble boost. So I put it after my distortion effects, and I'll use that to boost a lead. That's just one way you can use it. You can use it to do other things too, like if you're switching between a guitar with humbuckers on it to a guitar with single coils, you can use it to tame some of the ice picky kind of trebliness of those single coils by switching it on and killing some of the high end a little bit. So there's lots you can do with it. In this case, we're looking at the PMEQ, or the Puppet Master EQ from Master Effects. This one is based on a rig that helps to shape the tone of early Metallica around the Master of Puppets era. I'll get a little bit more detail when we get down to the desktop. The other pedal we want to look at today is the EQ comp from Diamond Pedals. This is a combination EQ and compressor. We haven't talked about compressors a lot. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to demo, but we're going to do something today a little bit different. I'm going to put a distortion in between these two. Or distortion and overdrive in between these two, and we're going to try a couple of things and just see what that compression sounds like and see what some of that EQ sounds like as well. So let's get down to the desktop and check it out. Okay, down on the desktop, and today I'm going to be playing on my Jackson 7-string. This is a dinky that I've souped up a little bit by installing my custom set of Peg City None More Black 7-string humbuckers. So the pickup in the bridge is actually an Angry Widow, and the one in the neck is a super clutch, and just running through the Sunrise amp, fairly quiet. So not a lot going on there. I just want to kind of demo what happens with the compressor on it. So if we play through that's just a simple little picking thing, but a strum, hear a much bigger hit. Click the compressor on, and this will bring the light picking attacks up. And squash that big heavy strum. So this is that picking attack again. So you can see that it's sort of leveled off the two of them. And what we want to do with the level control is determine the output of all of that. So it gives you an opportunity to increase the volume on things that are quiet without causing like massive spikes in the volume on things that are not quiet. So we just play around with the controls a little bit, and you'll see this one allows us to adjust the mids. So already we're starting to push the front a little bit. And how much we compress it will determine how much it squashes. Doesn't matter how hard I hit those strings, they're never going to get louder than my single pick notes. And I left the mic on so you can hear the difference in the attack. Okay, then down here we've got the tilt control, and the tilt control sets the overall spectral tilt around this sort of fulcrum frequency of about 800 hertz. That's really kind of fancy talk, right? But what it does is it acts like a seesaw. So you can raise the low end or cut the high, or vice versa, kind of around that central point. So that's where the EQ play comes into play. So you get a darker tone all the way counterclockwise and a brighter tone. So think of this like the tone control on sort of a 3-knob compressor, right? The mids knob does what obviously you figure it's going to do, right? So if it sits right there in the center and this sits right there in the center, we're going to have a pretty balanced. Okay. So if we've got this clicked up, this is the attack control, which we do right now. It gives a little bit of a slower response, so it's a little bit less squashed and a little bit more sustained. If we snap this down, it's kind of a more responsive, snappier response. So I'm going to add a little bit of the high end here. So yes, you can play country riffs on a 7-string, but really the point is just to kind of get that get that going versus okay. So you get this EQ control down here, and the kind of output, right, output level, and the amount of compression dialed in on the top row, and then the attack is going to determine how snappy and squashed that sound actually is. It's actually a fairly straightforward compressor pedal. You don't very often get this amount of mid control. You will sometimes get a tone control on a compressor. If we add a little bit of drive to this, these aren't snapped down very well on this board, it's just my demo board. So let's add a little bit of drive. This is the gain chain from Axeworks. Jeepers, that's got some snot to it. Let's take that back a bit. Okay, so we're just using a little bit of gain. This is actually a really punchy distortion, by the way. But we're just using it as a little bit of an overdrive, so keep that dial back. Let's just go over to the bat circuit here. So there's a tone control here. This is bright and dark. And there's our gain and our volume. Now, snap on some compression. So it's controlling how much is hitting the front of it. Let's take the compression. So the net result is that your individual picking attack comes out cleaner and has a little bit more snap and bite to it. If we want to increase the output volume, compare that. Okay, you'll see down on the other end here, we've got the Puppet Master EQ, or the PMEQ from Master Effects, and it looks like a 6-band EQ. It's kind of not. It's the upper row is just sort of your standard low, mid, high, And then we've got boost, cut, and shelf for the low, mid, and high frequencies as well. There are a couple of places you can put this. You can put it in front of your distortion. You can put it after your distortion to manipulate your sounds. You can put it really anywhere on your deck, or you can put it in the effects loop to do a lot of big time coloring. This is designed to mimic the EQ that Metallica used on Master of Puppets. If you put this in the effects loop of a high gain amp, it's even more effective. But just running it in line here, we can hear just some simple, subtle changes. Let's just see that. Okay. Right off the bat, just a little bit thicker sounding. Just drop this low. And then, low boost. So some subtle changes. We get that compression on. I'm just playing random crap right now, but okay. Do that same thing with the overdrive. Over here. So what happens though if we go to a distortion? Pay attention to where the EQ is set here on the distortion. This is the Sea Eagle from Bennett Custom Audio. If we throw the compression on, you'll hear the noise floor come up. There it is. Now, if we wanted to, if I'm being a bastard, put that. A real chainsaw sound. Real chainsaw sound. Probably wouldn't use that as the overdrive on this one. Now, the question is, can we do a scooped? Okay, so that was the Diamond Pedals Comp EQ and the Master Effects PMEQ, the Puppet Master EQ. What did you think? Let me know down in the comments. I think they're really important to have these on a board like this because we've got a lot of different effects that are doing a lot of different kinds of things, and having the ability to adjust that equalization, I think, a little bit is really important. So to my mind, it's important to have that compressor there, just to level off your tone, level off your peaks a little bit, and to have an EQ to help make those adjustments when you're doing things with pedals that don't always agree in terms of in terms of their highs and lows on the frequency scale. So having these two on there, super important. So again, let me know what you think down in the description. If you want to win these, you've got to be in the contest. That link also down in the description. Make sure you visit all of our sponsors too. I put all of our sponsor links down in the descriptions to all of these videos. And if I haven't yet, I will very shortly. We have a few more days left in the contest. As of today, it's about 4 days, I think, left for you to enter. And the draw is going to be on Canada Day. So make sure you're entered. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow this playlist for all of the demos. Really, that's about it for today. I'm going to come back. I've got one more pedal I want to take a look at. And it's a little bit more in depth. So hopefully it doesn't get too techy, but it's probably one of my favorite pedals overall, just anywhere out of any pedal collection. We're going to take a look at it tomorrow, so don't miss that. I'll see you again really soon.